Hello Reds fans, welcome to today's latest Liverpool news and updates. But first make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can stay connected with us and not miss any exclusive Liverpool news that we post here for you. Liverpool are interested in Borussia Dortmund striker Karim Adeyemi and are ready to compete with top European clubs for the 22-year-old signature, according to reports. The Reds are reportedly planning for the potential departure of Mohamed Salah, and sporting director Richard Hughes has drawn up a list of candidates to replace him. Salah, 32, is due to run out of contract at the end of the season, and Team Talk sources say he is unlikely to sign an extension with Liverpool, with a lucrative free transfer to Saudi Arabia on the cards. According to Italian outlet Tutto Juve, Liverpool are ready to compete with Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain for Adeyemi. The report adds that the German was also a target for Italian giants Juventus last summer, but a move to Turin looks unlikely. Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca is said to be a big fan of Adeyemi, while PSG are interested in signing both him and Napoli star Kvaratskhelia. Borussia Dortmund are reportedly demanding a minimum of €50 million £42 million, $54 million for Adeyemi, which Liverpool should be able to afford should they decide to sign him. Adeyemi can play as a winger on either wing or as a centre-forward, which could provide cover in a number of positions for the Reds. Liverpool are closely monitoring the market to sign an heir apparent to Mo Salah in 2025, with one well-informed journalist playing down claims that a deal for Omar Marmush is close to being finalised, but revealing that two other targets, including Kvaratskhelia, are being monitored. Salah has broken all sorts of records since moving from Roma to Anfield in the summer of 2017, helping the Reds win 7 major trophies in his time as a Liverpool player. But with his deal on Merseyside set to expire at the end of the season, fears are growing that an emotional parting of ways could be on the cards in 2025. Replacing such an influential player will be no easy feat for the Reds, and, with Salah having finished as top scorer in each of his 7 full seasons at Anfield, many fear it will be nigh on impossible. But all good things must come to an end, and even if he extends his stay, at 32, few will question exactly how many more years the Egyptian king has left at the highest level. As a result, reports on Friday claimed the Merseysiders had officially registered their interest in a deal to bring his compatriot Marmush to Anfield from Eintracht Frankfurt. However, transfer journalist Graham Bailey has played down such claims, and believes the Reds are tracking two bigger names. Liverpool have looked at him. Marmush clearly has been on fire this season with Frankfurt, but I don't think he's as advanced as some people are saying, Bailey told Rousing the Cop. I've heard some people say it's pretty much a done deal. I don't think that's the case. Liverpool have a lot of irons in the fire when it comes to that right back. I think Marmush is someone they've looked at, but I'd be reticent to say he's their first choice. When you have someone like Kvaratskhelia on the market, let's not forget Liverpool have just brought in the second best Georgian player. Liverpool are hot on Kvaratskhelia, they know the situation, there could be a chance to sign him next summer. Any deal for Napoli star Kvaratskhelia would not come cheap. With Napoli rating the player as one of the biggest stars in the world, it would potentially cost up to €100 million, £84.2 million, $108.9 million to pry the Georgian away from the Diego Maradona Stadium. A more sensible option could come from Spain in the form of Nico Williams, and his €58 million, £49 million, $64 million release clause would need to be paid in full and in a single payment, which would be considered cheap when compared to other players of his age and class. Liverpool are keen to improve their title-contending squad in January and could respond to a request from Onslaught by acting on their interest in Real Madrid midfielder Aurelien Tchouameni. Sources have confirmed to Team Talk, with the prospect of a move coming to fruition. The January transfer window is fast approaching and, despite the battles with PSR clubs, they are bracing for a busy month as they look to strengthen their squads. Liverpool are still keen to build on their impressive start and add more depth to their squad. Onslaught has the Reds challenging for the Premier League title and has easily replaced Jurgen Klopp as Liverpool's new boss. He has called for fresh legs in midfield, and a move for a long-term target could be on the cards. Sources have stated that a deal for Aurelien Tchouameni is possible and that he could be moved away from Real Madrid in the coming window. It wouldn't be easy, but there is still genuine interest from Premier League sides in the midfielder. Tchouameni would cost in the region of £100 million to secure. However, Liverpool will sanction a huge outlay for the right target. Tchouameni, at 24, makes him attractive to Liverpool as he ticks the boxes for under 25 players they are looking for when looking for big money signings. Liverpool are in the title race and will strengthen Slott's squad over the next 2 windows with new signings, sources have said. They want to support their manager with the next generation of stars at Anfield. Reports that the La Liga side are willing to sell the France international are valid as they look for other targets to bring into the squad as they continue to try to build the next generation of Galacticos, and Tchouameni would be a sellable asset. It is not yet known whether Tchouameni would be keen on a move to Anfield, as he has not been told directly that he is free to look elsewhere this summer. He has also played in 10 of Madrid's 11 La Liga matches so far this season and is highly valued by Carlo Ancelotti. He would only be able to leave the Santiago Bernabeu if a replacement of equal or greater quality was brought in to replace him. Madrid signed Tchouaméni from Monaco in 2022, beating Liverpool to his signature in the process. They would beat Liverpool to a midfielder for the second year running in 2023 by winning the race for Jude Bellingham. Liverpool to sign new striker from within the Premier League. Liverpool are considering signing players from within the Premier League to boost their attack. Sky Sports reports that Liverpool are keeping tabs on Bryan Mbeumo Brentford and Antoine Semenyo Bournemouth. The former has long impressed for Brentford and has managed a total of 58 goals and 42 assists in 211 appearances for the Premier League club. The 25-year-old has also been linked with rivals Manchester City and Arsenal. As for Semenyo, he has 12 goals and 3 assists in 57 appearances for AFC Bournemouth. The 24-year-old, meanwhile, has also been linked with Arsenal. Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk admitted that Liverpool's pressing and composure in possession were below par during the first half of the Reds' win over Brighton. The Merseysiders eventually ran out 2-1 winners over the Seagulls after falling behind before the break to open the scoring through Ferdi Kadioglu. Rallying after the break, Onslaught's men were rewarded when Cody Gakpo equalised, with Mohamed Salah on hand to score the winner just 3 minutes later. Those quick-fire goals were enough to give the hosts all 3 points, but Captain Van Dijk acknowledged that the winners have areas in which they can improve following the win. The victory was Liverpool's second of the week over Brighton, having beaten the South Coast side in the EFL Cup in midweek. Reflecting on the latest result, Van Dijk admitted his side deserved to go into the break a goal down after a lackluster first 45 minutes. Giving the visitors credit for their efforts, he told Sky Sports, "I don't think we've had an easy game against them in the last 2 years. It's always difficult, and you could see that in the first half. We didn't press well and we were sloppy in possession. It was a deserved 1-0 at half-time," the Dutch centre-back continued, before praising his teammates for their second-half response. "We had a completely different energy after the break and got what we deserved, I think." With title challengers Manchester City and Arsenal both falling to defeat this weekend, the win took Liverpool back to the top of the Premier League. The 8th top-flight win of the campaign also extended Reds boss Slot's record-breaking start, with no manager in the club's history having had a better performance after 10 league games. Despite leapfrogging rival City at the top of the table, Van Dijk was resolute, insisting he and his teammates are not rushing things at this stage of the campaign. The defender said, "It's too early to make it a big deal. We want to be at the top of the league, but we want to be there after the last game in May. The results have been good so far this season, but there is a long way to go. It is still a work in progress. We remain humble and keep fighting." Meanwhile, the 33-year-old also addressed the arm injury suffered by defensive partner Ibrahima Konate before the break, which led to the Frenchman being replaced by Joe Gomez. Giving his recollection of how his fellow defender took the knock, he said, "So many bodies around the ball and I think I headed him on the arm. Hopefully it won't be too bad. We just have to see. You can be okay as a player with an arm injury, so hopefully he will be okay. And you, Reds fan, we want to know your opinion. Which of these players mentioned is the best option for Liverpool? Comment below, leave your like, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Reds news."